The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror, ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to you. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday to everybody. Man, what a great day. What a great Monday, man. We are up. We're at it. We're doing our thing. A lot of great news going on. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff we got to talk about. A lot of stuff we got to get into, man. It's just a good day. It's Monday. Everything is green. Everything's looking good. Everything's looking like it's on the come up. We talked about this on Friday, that there was a shift happening, right? That the total 3 was starting to come up. The altcoin season was starting to tick up just a little bit. The Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index was starting to tick up a little bit. There was a lot of things that was starting to move to the upside and kind of showed a little bit of an uptick in cryptocurrency, man. So we talked a little bit about it on Friday. Started to come true. I really didn't think that we were going to see this happen on the weekend. I thought it was going to happen during the week this week, but really started to come alive this weekend, which is great, man. It's great. The sooner the better, right? The sooner the better. So, but I tell you, it's just a good day. It's a good day to be in the markets. It's a good day to be around. It's just one of these things where, man, it's starting to turn a little bit. We're nowhere near where we want to be. We're nowhere near altcoin season. But we got to get through a little bit of these downturns and starting to work our way out of that in order to get there. So, man, what a great day. What a great day. What's up, Junior? What's up, Selma? Good morning. Yeah, what a great day to be in crypto, Selma. Good morning. Happy Monday. What's going on, Junior? Happy Monday to you, man. I don't know where all the DGs are at this morning, but they'll start rolling in here in a minute. They'll start rolling in. We'll get there. So get there this morning. See where everybody is. Give everybody a chance to get up. Not everybody's grinding like we're grinding. Selmo and the Junior up early and at it, but they'll start rolling in. But yeah, definitely a great day to be in crypto. Great day to be just in the markets, man. Things started to turn around this weekend. Really last night, the things started to really turn around. So definitely good with it. The Asian markets, they traded pretty good last night. European markets woke up this morning. They kept that positive vibes going. They're all in green. Ken over there making money. They're all in green, looking really, really good. Pre-markets here in the United States looking absolutely phenomenal. And why are the markets starting to turn a little bit? Right here, guys. These tariff talks, they really shocked the market here and there, right? And, April 2nd is a big day for tariffs. There were a lot of tariffs were supposed to go into place April 2nd. Trump came out and said, you know what, there's going to be some relief on some of these things. And this is what I was telling you guys, like nothing really happens until it happens, right? So, don't get too high, don't get too low on all this news that comes out and people, talking about the good and the bad and trying to shock the markets and scare you a little bit and shake you out of your position. A lot of this stuff is just all a big, huge negotiating ploy. And it's meant to get the negotiating conversation started. And what you have to look at is, how much of this do you really read into? how much of this do you really price into the market with your investment? And my thing is always, yeah, it's here. Yeah, it's going to affect the markets. Yes, we're going to look at it. Yes, we're going to talk about it. Yes, we're going to have money sitting on the side in case things do happen. But at the end of the day, it never really happens until it actually rolls out and happens. And then, as we noticed before, prior tariffs, even when they roll out and happen, sometimes you can pull them back quite significantly after they roll out as well. So it's all speculation, right? Until you actually see it in motion, right? So I mean, it is what it is. You got to play it. It's there. It's going to have an effect on crypto. It's going to have an effect on the overall stock market, but don't get too high, don't get too low. Play the markets for what they are at the given moment, right? So, we talked a little bit about that on Friday, and you see the pullback start to happen. NVIDIA 117 continues to start to roll up them charts as AI starts to roll out a little bit. NVIDIA took a big step back, but definitely starting to regain its momentum over the last couple weeks. Tesla took a big hit, continues to take a big hit. You guys know how I feel about Tesla. We went on a rant about that on Friday. Whether you like the stock, whether you don't like the stock, doesn't matter. Whether you like Elon, don't like Elon, don't matter. We shouldn't be burning shit down. At the end of the day, that's just craziness. But it is what it is. And stock took a big step back, but NVIDIA is the one that everybody should be watching out for. Nothing AI happens without NVIDIA. Nothing AI happens without NVIDIA. Period. Beginning, middle, and end of that discussion. Without NVIDIA chips, none of this AI works. NVIDIA is going to lead the way into the AI future. Watch out for NVIDIA. They're doing pretty well. Going over here, look at the ETFs. Not much about. You're not going to get a lot of volume on a Monday morning when it comes to ETFs. What's up, Ken? What's up, dog? What's up, Ken? Good morning or early afternoon to you, my brother. Yeah, see, they all starting to roll in, but you're not going to get much ETF situations on a Monday morning because the stock market was closed all weekend. Do have a little bit of pre-market trading going on, but it looks like Bitcoin actually finished on Friday, 83 million ahead, and Ethereum finished down 18 million. So not too bad, but it's too early. It's too early to really get a good feel on what the ETFs are going to do today. I think they're going to have a positive day. I really do think that they're going to have a positive day today, and I think the ETFs will come in, and people will start buying them up. Look at the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index in at 31, big climb up from where we were on Friday. And this is kind of what we were talking about on Friday, is that the momentum was starting to swing a little bit. It was starting to change a little bit. Bitcoin, like I said, Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index in at 31. Still in fear, but definitely a big swing to the upside from where we were. Altcoin season, 17 out of 100. Hey, when we were looking at this on Friday, it was 14 out of 100. So we ticked up 3 points over the weekend, which is very rare that we actually take up over the weekend. So this is really, really, really good news for crypto right now as we start to work our way out of this thing. Total market cap sitting at 2.886 trillion. Slowly starting to build ourselves back up to that $3 trillion mark. Like we said, 3 trillion was the mark, is one of the marks that we have to get over, because that's kind of where we left off. So 3 trillion is huge for us as we slowly start to work our way back up to 3 trillion. So everything in crypto is looking good. Everything in crypto, is looking really good. XRP's one. What's going on? Good morning, brother. Good morning. So we like where the market is right now. Like I said, I'm absolutely surprised that over the weekend we took the turn that we took. Thought for sure it was going to be this week, but definitely the weekend was a good weekend. You see the Bitcoin dominance did tick up a little bit down to 60 up to 60.7%, which is a little bit of an uptick from where we were on Friday, but that's okay. Money in the market is money in the market right now, and we'll take money in the market. Ethereum still can't bust past that 8%. Uh, can't bust past that 8% dominance, 8.8% right now. So money in the market is money in the market, though. Once it's crypto. Yeah, once these crypto reserves are online, Selmo, I think you're right. I think you're gonna see a lot of bullish sentiment there. I think that you're gonna see a lot of these cryptos pump once you see. That's the thing is you have the news, right? You have the news, Selmo, and then you have implementation. And I think we got the news. Now we're starting that slow implementation. Now we're starting that slow grind to the upside, where you're starting to see some of these things in motion, right? And get them reserves out there. Get the reserves going on, and everything like that. And I think we're going to be just fine. I just think that it's just a matter of just you have to wait for some of this stuff to be put in place in order for it to really take off. You have the stablecoin bill, which is going to be passed here pretty soon as well, I believe, which is going to send the market as well. So I think we're going to be fine. Moon Day. Moon Day. What's up, Heat? Good morning, brother. Good morning, man. What's going on, man? Good morning. Heat's in the building. Heat's in the building. Good morning. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a good day today. I really do. I think we're gonna come in. We're gonna be the markets are gonna do pretty well. I think the ETFs will tick up today too. You'll see the Bitcoin ETFs move to the upside today. Maybe even the Ethereum ETFs. We'll see. But I do think that the market in general is going to be good today. If you look at the stock market, it looks like it's going to be good today. The European markets are trading pretty damn well today as well. So I think you're going to see that roll into crypto. So, but I think once the stockpile of reserves come in, and you start to see this stuff really roll out, we're gonna see. This is what I keep telling people. Someone we talk about this a lot. Someone Ken, everybody in here. We're in a situation right now where we're doing things in crypto that has never been done before, right? So it's so hard to say this is where we're headed. This is what's going to be done because we're in uncharted territory, right? We're in the territory of blockchains and ISOs really rolling out, and you start to see, federal governments and things like that are going to be put on blockchain. You're starting to see Bitcoin strategic reserves. You're starting to see the stockpile cryptocurrency start to take place. You're starting to see all of this stuff roll out, right? And we've never been here before. XRP, you're starting to see that case is over. You're starting to see the implementation of that particular blockchain do what it's going to do, and we've just never been here before. So in crypto, so it's hard to put a price on things. But yeah, I think that stockpile of cryptocurrency is really once you see that and you see the implementation of ISOs and all that, you're going to see this thing get sent to the moon. And people, I think, underestimate what's going on right now. I think it'll be double digits this bull run. Somewhere, I think the market cap crypto will be double digits this bull run. Good morning, Elmo. Good morning, good morning, good morning, my brother. How are you? I think we're going to see a double digit market cap this bull run. Somewhere. I think I've said it. The whole time, right? I've said it. The whole bear market. I think we're looking at between $9 and $10 trillion market cap by the time we're all said and done. And I think you can see why we say that, right? It's a big, huge institutional influx of money coming into this market that we've never seen before. I'm looking fresh, man. Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. I feel fresh. I feel fresh, Elmo. I feel fresh. I feel good. I feel relaxed. Went to the concert. Went to the Mary J. Blige concert this weekend. It was absolutely phenomenal. She blew the doors off of that building, and it was a good concert, man. Feel refreshed, man. Feel relaxed, and feel good, man. Feel good. It's nice. It's nice to have a weekend where you're able to just go out and enjoy yourself. So, feel good. Feel good. But yeah, I think this market, man. But when you look at this dominance, you see Bitcoin's dominance. It continues to tick up, man. And we gotta get some of this money flowing back down into the altcoins, and I think it will. Uh, Glad you had a good time. Thanks, Elmo. Always appreciate you, brother. You know that. So the dominance is good. Everything is good. Everything is looking real good. Altcoin season has ticked up. Fear and greed index has ticked up. Everything is looking really, really good for crypto. And like I said, I'm surprised because I didn't think that it would happen. Yo, so she was out there dancing with the 20-year-olds, man. She she was getting it. She was out of breath a couple times, but she was trying, man. She tried, but when you get up to be about 50 something years old, man, it's hard to be up there dancing with them young 20-year-old background dancers, man. It's rough, man. But she hung in there better than what I thought. She hung in there better than me. If that was me up there, my back would have been hurting. So, but let's go ahead and look at some on-chain data here. You see Ethereum at 1, Solana at 2, BSC at 3. It doesn't really tell a story, right? You got to look at where we're at. Ethereum sitting at 1.05 billion right now, 24-hour volume. Solana under a billion at 982. It looked like it was a slow weekend for on-chain stuff, right? Because BSC is only sitting at 897 million, right? But when you come over here and you look at the weekly volume, BSC did $14.3 billion. Solana did 7.6, and Ethereum did 9.64 billion. So I don't think Sunday really tells the story of what's going on, but on chain. So we'll see how this plays out today. I've even made I even made $20 today. Yo, man, market looks good, man. XRP, go make that money, man. Go make that money, man. Yeah, R.I.P. George Foreman, man, died on Saturday. Was it Saturday? Go ahead. He passed away, man. I hope you all got a taste of the George Foreman grills, man, from back in the days. And rest in peace, George Foreman. Rumble in the jungle, baby. Rumble in the jungle. Grand Rising, Glenn. How are you? How are you? Good morning, Glenn. How are you? Marcus looking good, Glenn. How are you? How you been, Glenn? How you been, brother? You know. You've been buying some more Marbits? Yeah, I know you have been, Glenn. I'm surprised. I expect the Marbits to be a little bit higher, but it's gonna come. It's gonna come. It's gonna come. It's gonna come, Glenn. Busy Fox. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? How are you, my brother? Well, I should say good night to you. I should say good night to you from where you're at. So, what's good? What's good? But when you look at on-chain data, I mean, when you look at it, it really is. It really is. Don't take Sunday into account. It's a down day, but BSC is really killing it. But the one I've been telling you guys to watch out for, and the one is Pulse Chain, and I want you to pay attention to what's going on with Pulse Chain right now. When we looked at Pulse Chain, it was 100 million on Friday. $392 million right now on a weekly volume, $71.4 million on a 24-hour volume, plus 70.28% up on a 24-hour volume. You guys, I don't know Pulse chain, you're slowly starting to see pulse chain start to come back up further and further and further and further, guys. You're slowly starting to see the volume on chain start to really come up, and it's up to number 9. On Friday, it was down around number 12, 12, 13. And to put this in perspective, it's doing more volume than Sonic. It's doing more volume than Avalanche. It's doing more volume than Polygon. I want you to kind of take into consideration kind of where Pulse Chain was. It was way down the charts just a couple weeks ago. You're starting to see this project in the Hex or whole Hex ecosystem really start to move to the upside. So we've been talking about it for a long time. And you either took note or you didn't take note. But it's starting to move. Late drive. Oh, you want to drive? You want to drive, Busy Fox? So, all right, brother, do your thing, man. Glad you've been doing good. Good. I'm glad, man. Yeah, man. My bits. I just thought there'd be a little bit more price action over there. No, I bet you China and Hong Kong aren't happy about blockchain. Blockchain's transparent, and that's the one thing that they aren't, is transparent. So no, they're probably no China, but they're trying to control it in China and Hong Kong too. Selma, like they're trying to control the narrative, and they're trying to control the blockchain, and they really want to go to private blockchains over there. Oh, I bet there's something cooking at Marbits. I'm not worried about Marbits at all, man. I think Marbits will be just fine. I know there's something cooking over there. I have a feeling there's something cooking over there. There's something cooking up. Hit that like button, y'all. That's right. Hit that like button, brother. Dragon Rider, what's up? What's up? What's up, Dragon Rider? What's up? D to the motherfucking G. Here we are, baby, doing our thing. Yeah. So I mean, when you look at it, volume's ticking up, man. On Pulse Chain, I keep telling you guys, watch out for Pulse Chain. They're getting ready when they cut Richard Hart loose. Boy, oh boy, you're gonna see this thing move. I don't think 2Bits is gonna rest on what's going on. So I think Marbit's gonna be just fine. I don't think he's gonna rest on what's going on. So I think he's gonna be good. But yo, blockchain volume was down on Sunday, which is normal. So I wouldn't really put too much stock on Sunday blockchain. But what I'm telling you guys is pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on. Bitcoin, the fear and greed index is ticking up. Altcoin season has gone up 3 points since Friday. Here, market cap has come up a little bit here, so we're starting to get this move to the upside. You guys are chatty today. Okay. Dragon Rider, man, what's up, man? What's up, brother? You just closed a 50x on a 50x long for 200%. Okay, I got you. I just closed my Solana long out today. I've been in it for a while on ETH. You closed it out on ETH. I closed one out on Solana. I've been in it for a little while, but I closed it out today. I didn't want to sit in it too much longer. I thought we were kind of rolling towards the top of that, and that there would be a little bit of a pullback just because you're up to the 140 levels. So there will be some profit taking going on there. Same as there will be some profit taking going on in Ethereum and everywhere else. There'll be a little bit of profit taking, but I don't think it's going to be enough to set the market back. Dropping another 10K in Marbits, Glenn. That's a lot, man. Yeah, Solana's at 41. Yeah, when I closed mine out, I think it was at 42.5 or something like that. So I closed it out. I didn't even need to close it out. That's kind of where I had my take profit, and I was gonna get out right there. So ETH's on a run. Yeah, ETH's on a nice little run today. Just since yesterday, $2,091. ETH's on a nice little run. Will it sustain though? I don't trust ETH right now. I don't trust Ethereum right now. So will it sustain this? I don't know. I don't know if it will. I just don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I do think XRP is going to come up and overtake Ethereum. People think I'm crazy, but Ethereum is just not. Ethereum is not what it used to be at this given moment. They have some work to do. They have some work to do. Yeah, I know they applied for Ethereum staking, but on an ETF, but Ethereum's got work to do in order to uptick some volume on their chain. They're behind. They fucked us the whole bear market. They didn't roll out any upgrades, and they're gonna pay for it. This bull run, they'll pay for it a little bit. They allowed a lot of these other blockchains to come in and take a lot of their volume. Solana, these other blockchains to take a lot of their volume. A lot of layer 2s are out there too. So, Ethereum's going to hurt a little bit this bull run, and it's their own fault. Like they fucked us pretty good. They didn't really do shit the whole bear market. They didn't do anything. And it's the foundation. It's the Ethereum foundation. They're greedy. They dumped on us the whole bear market too. They were dumping Ethereum in the market like crazy. So I think XRP is going to jump up and they're going to take the number 2 spot. I think your tokens are going to be Bitcoin 1, XRP 2, Ethereum number 3. Yeah, I know you're putting your XRP profits in there. Yeah, I don't know. I just think Ethereum's gonna have some issues this bull run. It's gonna have some issues. Just dropped 400K on a new building to run my. Okay, you dropped 400K on a building to run your business. All right, Glenn, I see you. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. I don't think so. Dragon Rider. I think ETH has got a little bit more of an issue than just staking. And Ethereum's proof of stake anyways. So their validators are staking away anyways. But I think Ethereum's got some more issues than just staking. They lost a lot of volume, and it was their own doing. And I don't think that volume is going to just start running back to Ethereum. I don't think that it's just going to start running back to Ethereum. Projects. People say real projects are building on Ethereum and everybody else is building everywhere else. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I look at the projects on Ethereum. I don't see I don't see a ton of innovation going on at Ethereum. And they didn't really do a lot of upgrades. So that means that their gas fees are still high, the blockchain's still clunky, and and it's slow. And it's slow. I mean, they didn't do any upgrades. They had a chance. Here's the thing: Ethereum had a chance to do all of these upgrades during the bear market. So, but instead, what they did is the foundation came out. They dumped on the community. They didn't do any upgrades to the blockchain, and they're going into the bull run with the same blockchain that they came out of the last bull run with. You know, and it's just not going to work for them. The people have out innovated Ethereum. Is basically what happened. People have out innovated Ethereum. They didn't stay up with the times. They didn't do anything, and they're going to pay the price. The foundation is going to pay the price for that. And I do believe that Ethereum will make a comeback once they get off of their high horse and realize that everybody. I think that they're off of their high horse now. They realize that everybody kicked their ass this whole this whole bear market, and that's why they're trying their hardest to roll out as many upgrades as they could possibly roll out, because they realize that they screwed us the whole bear market. But I don't think they're going to get back what they lost this bull run. I do think that they will come back, but it's not going to be this bull run. Remember, XRP sat out 2 bull runs because of the case, right? They sat out 2 bull runs. Ethereum's going to sit this bull run out. You're going to see 4 to 5K Ethereum is what you're going to see this bull run. That's what you're going to see. You're not going to see this thing get any higher than 5,000. That's just my prediction. You're not going to see this thing get any bigger than 5K, which is nice gains for people. You know, it's more than double from where you're at right now, which is good money for people. But you're not going to see it get any higher. You're not going to see it get any higher. But I do think that XRP is going to come up and overtake this spot right here. They're going to be the number 2 token, and the governments are going to push XRP to be the number 2 token. If nothing else, they'll push it up here, and they'll push Ethereum down. Ethereum's this isn't Ethereum's bull cycle. Businesses will go to Base. We'll see. We'll see what's up with Base. Coming over here, looking at the volume on Base. You know, I mean, obviously with Coinbase and BlackRock back in Base, I mean, you know, obviously Coinbase and BlackRock back in Coinbase, Block and Base, there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity for businesses to come over here and go to Base. But when you look at what Base has done, Base has really shit the bed too. I mean, when you look at it, there's really not a lot of volume on Base. Base has kind of took a shit or two, and they haven't really done anything to bring volume over there either. They kind of took a shit. Base has got all of the opportunity in the world to be the best, to be an amazing blockchain because of Coinbase, but when you look at the volume, I mean, fuck, they're not even putting out. They put out $2.6 billion in volume on a weekly basis. I mean, in 7 days. That's shit volume, right? You look at BSC put out $14.3 billion. I mean, BSC put out 14.3 compared to Base's 2.6 in volume. It's not even close. Arbitrum is the one that's really that Base is battling, and Arbitrum's been winning this battle. You know, sitting at 2.7 billion for a week. You know, Base has to do something different. Base has to really separate itself. It's doing shit volume. And that volume is mostly fake. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of Coinbase volume coming through here that they're moving a lot of Bitcoin. So call it very well. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's fake. I don't have the proof for that. But what I can say is that it's been pretty steady right where it's at for some reason. It's just kind of like hanging on right there. Like You see 2.6. Like you see everybody else fluctuating by millions, right? And this one's just kind of been pretty steady. But I don't know. Base has the opportunity to be a nice layer two, but they don't got no fucking volume, and they're not doing anything to get it. That's Base's problem. But Ondo, when they launched their blockchain, Ondo chain, it's going to be public and private blockchain. BlackRock is behind this one as well. We're talking about real world tokenized assets here, sitting at 0.88 right now, 88 cents. So when they launch their blockchain, you're going to see real world tokenized assets really start to come over here to Ondo chain, right? And then what's going to end up happening, is how much of these real world tokenized assets are going to be over here on the Ondo chain. When you're talking about a chain that's public and private, they're going to have two sectors. It's going to be a public sector and private sector. How much of that is really going to be out there, right? I told you guys SPX 6900 wasn't going to take a backseat to any other meme coin. They were going to do their own thing, up to 64 cents. I started telling you guys about SPX 6900 all the way to back here, like all the way back here. It's up to 64 cents. I mean, we were talking about this thing in like the 20-cent range. We're bringing it out here, and this thing's up to 64 cents now. And we've seen this thing over dollars. So it's telling you guys like this. It's not going to take a backseat. Like it's not going to just sit there and not do nothing. That when it had that big pullback, that it was a great opportunity to get in. You see it's up 22.6% today. Not taking a back seat. Pepe up to 5075, doing the same. Pepe's going to be just fine. We told you guys Pepe's going to be just fine. Pepe's going to be probably the hottest meme coin in this bull run. It will overtake SHIB for the number 2 spot when it comes to meme coins on the board. Pepe will be the number 2 meme coin in cryptocurrency. And I'm going out on, I call it, I'll go out on a limb, I'll call it. I've been calling it the whole bear market. I'm going to stay with it. I'm not going anywhere when it comes to that prediction. I'm sitting right here. Pepe will be the number 2 meme coin on the board. It just is what it is. The writing's already on the wall. It's just a matter of how far you're going to ride it up. How far are you going to ride that up? Do you believe it or do you not believe it? If you don't believe it, get the fuck out. If you do believe it, stay in and take the ride. But everybody says that the Trump token will be the number 2. A lot of people are saying that Trump token will be the number 2 token on the board. We'll see. I don't think so. Maybe number 3 though. SHIB may drop down to number 4. You may see the Trump token pump to the number 3 token on the board. I mean, you just keep getting stuff like this, right? Trump token sourced, over $12 after Truth Social post by Trump pumps the token. I mean, you may get stuff like this, right? You may get stuff like this that'll pump that token, but it doesn't have the natural pump like Pepe has the natural pump. I mean, it's kind of like Doge. Doge needs Elon in order to pump it, right? They need Elon in order to pump it, and Trump needs Trump in order to pump his token. So you'll probably get a little bit more of this, but one thing, Pepe doesn't need all that. Pepe's going to run no matter what. You know what I mean? Yo, you're clocking in, Junior. All right, man. Have a good one, brother. See you on Wednesday, brother. But Pepe's going to pump no matter what. So, like, Pepe doesn't need all that, right? Just doesn't need all that. Solana, co-founder. Here's Solana's problem, too. Solana's kind of in the same situation as Ethereum. They're resting on their morals, right? They think that they don't want to innovate. They don't want to get bigger, better. They don't want to get bigger, better, and badder, right? And Solana co-founder right here challenges layer 2s, right? He's saying that Solana doesn't need layer 2s. Well, when Trump and Melania token came out, you couldn't even make a transaction on Solana. The blockchain was so bogged down you couldn't even make a transaction on Solana chain. Like it literally shut the chain down. You need layer twos to take some of that pressure off of that chain. But again, they don't want to take the volume away from Solana, uh, and put it on some of these layer twos, right? So they don't want to take all that volume away. So now they're challenging the fact on whether Solana needs layer twos. Solana needs layer twos, guys. It can't handle the pressure. It can't handle the volume. It can't handle in the bull run. When you just look at what the Trump token did and the Melania token did in the bull run, you're going to see a lot of that every day, all day. And if you couldn't make a transaction, during that pump, what makes you think you're going to see a trend? What makes you think your transactions are going to go smooth when you're seeing $8-9 trillion of market cap and volume coming through these chains? It's just, you need layer twos. I mean, Solana is notorious for breaking down, and you need something to take the pressure off of this chain. And again, you have the Ethereum Foundation out here unwilling to change and unwilling to get better the whole bear market, and now you have the Solana co-founders out here saying, we don't need these layer twos and this and that. Well, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. And this is why some of these blockchains will have problems, because it's ego. It's all ego. That's what it is. It's all ego. Solana doesn't want to admit that it's got a problem. And Ethereum didn't think that anybody would catch him. Well, when you put your ego aside, Ethereum, you got caught. In Solana, you need a layer two. I don't know what else. That's it's as obvious can be that these things need to happen. And if Solana doesn't get a layer two, and Solana breaks down during the bull market, if Solana breaks down and people can't get their money on and off Solana, as soon as it gets back up and running, people are going to exit Solana. They're going to take their money off of that chain. They're going to get the hell out of there. They're going to exit Solana. That's what's going to happen. So it needs to roll out these layer twos sooner rather than later. Actually, it's what really needs to happen. Where we at? Got the total 3 market cap, guys. This is the big one. You see, we talked about breaking out of this downtrend right here and needing to get back up to these levels, and we hit them. We hit them this weekend. It was 800, around 810 billion. We needed to get over 810 billion. Definitely over 810 billion. 830 billion right now. So definitely on the uphill swing here. So when it comes to total 3 market cap, so definitely on the uphill swing here. Broke out of this downtrend, starting to come out on the uphill. So the total market cap overall, minus Bitcoin and Ethereum, look really, really good. Look like we're going to continue to make this run to the upside. Obviously, we got to get past around, where are we at right here? 874 billion is the next big move up we gotta make. And it's that 1.01 trillion is usually where the altcoins start to send. If we can make it there. You got Ethereum still sitting in this tunnel right here. Because it lagged the market so far. You look at this downtrend on Ethereum, it's straight the fuck down, but it lagged behind the market so much that it's still trying to get out of this tunnel. I mean, it's making moves, it's making progress, but it's still trying. It just lagged behind so much, got a lot of catching up to do. You see Bitcoin testing its tunnel right now, right? Right now, we need to get to about 87K to start minting some candles out of this downturn right here. And the Bitcoin definitely on its way. It's definitely on its way there. You see it touched it. It touched it today and wanted to, and then pulled right back a little bit. So definitely Bitcoin wants to test that tunnel. I think it will. I think it'll test it. Barring any bad news, I think it'll test it this week. Barring any bad news that's going to happen in the market. If anything happens in the market, I should say. I think we're going to have a good week. You look at Pepe's doing his thing. You know, we need Pepe to come out of this tunnel. It's slowly. We talked about Pepe in this slow grind, right? It's slow grind out of this downtrend. Slowly, slowly, just starting to grind every single day. Just starting to grind a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And here we are, still on that slow, steady V move up. You see that? So this is what you want. This is what you want to see. This green candle, little green candle, little green candle, little green candle, working your way out of there. Because remember, them big green candles create big red candles. But if you can slowly start to grind your way out and build your momentum, you're there. You're there. Yeah, Pepe's gonna be fine. You can see it. You can see it right here. It's the slow grind, right? And this is what you want, because when you get this, right here, when you get this liquidity gap right here, this straight move up we talk about all the time. When you get this straight move to the top side, this big huge liquidity gap, you're going to come back down and start to fill this liquidity gap. It's going to happen eventually. It'll happen to you, and when that as good as that ride up is, you're going to take that ride down. And that ride down is usually a little bit quicker than that ride up. It hurts a little bit more than that ride up. So, you know, Pepe's it's gonna fill this liquidity gap right here. It tried to, but when it got to right here, it was boom. It was straight down. But we knew that was coming. We talked about it here. We kept talking about that liquidity gap and how it was going to get filled. We just, you know, it happens to everybody time and time again. It's just a matter of, you know, whether you want to believe it or not. Ando was in the red. You guys know we're buying in the red, right? Starting to work its way out, though. Definitely starting to work its way out. We talked about this on Friday, how this is where you want to start accumulating in this red, in this little bit of a green right here is where your buy zones are. And then you want to ride this thing up all the way up into here, before you start taking some profits. But if you're buying down here in the red, you start taking your profits right up in here, and then you're going to be fine. You'll be fine. SPX 6900. We talked about this. You can see it's starting. It's going to come out of its tunnel probably today. No, wrong one. SUI. Sway is going to start coming out of this downtrend today. You can see it. It's again the liquidity gaps. Bang, right there. You were going to come down, and you were going to come down here. Once you broke through this right here, you were going to come down through this liquidity gap, and you were going to get to the bottom. You were going to test the bottom of Sway, and we have, and it's fine because Sway is hung on there pretty well. It's definitely trading sideways and outside of, getting ready to bust outside of this downtrend, probably today. You may mint this green candle outside of here today, but definitely Sway is starting to show some signs of life, starting to break out of this tunnel right here. $2.41, $2.70 something cents is kind of where you want to see Sway get back to. So definitely looks good. Definitely looks good. You know, but the total 3 is where it's at. Like that's what's really making some moves right now. And nothing on your altcoins moves without. I mean, you'll get the occasional runner here and there, but you're not going to get an altcoin run on the majority of your crypto if the total 3 is not running. It's you know, on your altcoins, and the total 3 has definitely been starting to run lately. So this is why I'm so positive on the altcoin market, because the total 3 looks so good. It just looks good, right? It looks good. It feels good, right? And it's breaking that downtrend. That's exactly where you want to be. See, XRP sitting at $2.46. Couldn't hold on to 250. Definitely, it's got to get back up to the 250 mark. It's got to hold on to it. That's a key level for XRP. XRP should be at 250 right now, and it should be hanging on. But it's got to get back up there. It's a little bit off of where I projected it to be at this point. It needs to be at that 250 mark, but not worried about it. You'll get back there. Let people take profits. Let people do what they're gonna do. But it's got to start building some support around that 250. Bitcoin 87,700. Come on, baby. Look at this, man. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Where were we at on Friday? 83, maybe 84, somewhere up in there. Get a big run over the weekend like that's totally, completely outside of the normal. Ethereum $2,096, coming up a little bit today. Coming up a little bit. Whole market's coming up. $630 $30 for BNB, not doing too bad. Solana sitting at 143. Solana continues to make this move up today. And continues to make this slight move up today. I like it. Cardano. Keep telling you guys to watch out for Cardano. Sitting at 73 cents right now. Cardano's one of the ones that's going to be in that stockpile. It's going to be in that stockpile. So be wary, check it out. Look at Chainlink, 1522. We were talking Chainlink Friday, 14, low 14s, high $13 mark, low $14 mark. Definitely came up 1522. Look at Avalanche though. Avalanche is the winner of the weekend. Try to tell you guys, watch out for Avalanche. Avalanche was sitting way down here, around $17, $18 Friday and Saturday. Busted back up to that $19 mark, looking to bust into the $20, $21, $21.75. Looking to come into that $22 mark right now. Stellar, slight move to the upside. We're sitting at 27 cents, sitting at 29 cents. Not too bad. HBAR, sitting at 19 cents. Doesn't have the run up that everybody else had. Doesn't have the run up that everybody else has. But HBAR is not going to sit on the sidelines either. It'll have its run. As soon as this money starts to flow down, it'll have its run. Pi Network. Friday, remember we were talking about Pi at 84, 85 cents, somewhere up in there, moved up over $1, slightly on Friday, $1.10, $1.20, somewhere up in there, dropped back down to 94 cents. So, Pi's not done. It's gonna run again. Like we said, we talked about Pepe sitting at 5076. Making its move to the upside again. Internet computer broke into the $6 mark. So everything's starting to look good. Ando sitting at 88 cents right now. Definitely starting to make that move back. Ando needs to get back above $1. Pi to zero. Almost as pi to zero. But Ando definitely has to get back above that $1 mark again. Kind of trading down here in this 80-cent range for a little while, just kind of consolidating. But Ando chain, I'm telling you, when it comes out, you guys can. We talked about Hex, and now I'm telling you guys about Ando chain. What are you gonna do with that? Trump token making this move to the upside today a little bit. We got Kronos. We dog Kronos. We dog Crow on Friday pretty bad. It's actually hanging on okay. Hanging on okay. I'm surprised that people are still hanging on to Crow at the levels that they're hanging on to Crow after Crow did what it did. I'm actually surprised. But there's a lot of big, huge validators that hold Crow, that'll hold this price kind of somewhat steady. But man, that was some jacked up shit Crow did. I'm telling you right now, that was messed up. There's no excuse for that. Polygon coming back up a little bit. We talked about Arbitrum sitting at 38 cents right now. Keep telling you guys, watch out for Arbitrum. Listen, I'm going to say it again before we get off stream, because we're going to get off here in a little bit. Watch out for Arbitrum. Watch out for the Hex ecosystem. Watch out for Ando chain. Stuff that people aren't even really talking about or really looking at this point. But these are all people that we've watched over months kind of slowly build themselves up the charts. These aren't big, huge, massive runs up and massive runs down. Watch out for ADA. going into the stockpile, possibly being used in the United States government, right? Watch out for Elgaran, watch out for HBAR, watch out for, all the ones that don't get a lot of publicity, right? XRP gets a lot of publicity, XLM gets a lot of publicity, Chainlink gets a lot of publicity. People talk about them all the time, and them are massive projects and they're going to run. But the ones that we talked about that are getting ready to start rolling this stuff out, they're not going to sit where they are now when all of this is said and done. They're going to be better than where they are now. Watch out for Flare. That's another one. First bull run. Just sitting back, steady as steady can be, right? Just holding on, building and building and building, hanging on to its price. It doesn't drop too far, doesn't rise too far, doesn't drop too far. Just slowly starting to gather more and more momentum. And then when it goes, it's going to go. And then everybody's going to be like, yo, why was nobody talking about Flare? Why was nobody on Flare? Why was nobody talking about Flare? Why was nobody talking about Ondo Chain? Why was nobody talking about these things? Well, we were talking about them, and when it happens, it's going to happen. And people that are going to get in are going to be going to wait until then are going to get in too late. They're going to be too late. They're going to make some money. They're just going to be late doing it. But these are ones like even Arbitrum. I mean, how many times have we sat here and said, look at where Arbitrum is on a volume, right? On a volume on chain, right? Like we've been saying it for weeks. Look at. I mean, how long have we talked about Pulse Chain slowly working its way up? This volume. It's up to number 9. It's cracked the top 10. We're talking about this all the way back down here when it was lucky to be in the top 20. You know what I mean? It's cracked the top 10. Not by accident. So not by accident. There's shit going on. I mean, obviously on chain. So it is what it is. That's why we watch this stuff every day. So market cap sitting at 2.87 trillion right now. Not too bad. Starting to come up just a little bit during the day. So, story of the day, guys, before we get out of here, because I got to go do some payroll. Story of the day is, the market looks great. The market looks great, looks solid. Looks like we're definitely on the move to the upside. You see a lot of the big projects starting to move, a lot of the big projects starting to take off. You see Bitcoin starting to take off again a little bit. Ethereum's taking off a little bit. Solana's taking off a little bit. BNB's just kind of just doing this thing. It's kicking everybody's ass on chain. You see Chainlink really starting to move a little bit today. Between last night and today, Avalanche really starting to move. You see a lot of these bigger projects really starting to take off. Really starting to gain some ground. So definitely market's in a really, really good spot. And if you were buying when we were buying, you should be making some good money today. As far as your wallets go. So you should be definitely looking good today. Wallet should be starting to make a bounce back today, over the weekend, a little bounce back from where we were, because we took a little bit of a downturn, but definitely a bounce back coming this week. Looks like Total 3 is really starting to kick some butt, sitting at 831 billion right now, really starting to work its way out of that downtrend that it was in. That looks absolutely phenomenal. News around crypto is absolutely great. So, you guys, just that's the story of this Monday is enjoy the ride, man. Everything looks good. Everything looks like it's getting ready to roll out the way that it was planned. And we're in a market right now that we've never seen before. Like, everybody wants to put a price on it, but you can't put a price on it because, hey, Big Watch dude, what's up? But you can't put a price on it because we're in uncharted territory. The things that we're talking about doing with blockchain, the things that the governments are talking about doing with blockchain, the things that ISO is talking about doing with blockchain, never been done before. Everybody's just speculating on where the price is going to go. These things have never been done before. And so it's hard to put a price on that. It's hard to put a price on XRP moving as much money as they're going to move across the system. It's hard to put a price tag on Cardano and where it's going to go within the government. It's hard to put a, because these things have never happened before, right? These things just, and when you're in uncharted territory, the way that we're in uncharted territory, you're going to have some ups and you're going to have some downs, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, blockchain is really going to run the show when it comes to money movement, when it comes to data, when it comes to all of this stuff that's coming our way. And the only thing you can do is ride this wave, man, and be happy that you're here early. And be happy that you're here early, and be happy that you're in it, because you're no longer speculative. And I talked about this. Crypto's no longer if you can do this, then we're speculating that you can do this. Now it's basically a put up or shut up type of moment for crypto, especially when you get into the ISOs. It's pretty much a put up or shut up moment. Either you're going to do what you said you were going to do, or you're going to be, basically shoved to the wayside. So it is what it is. Let's see who survives this desert. So with that, we're up out of here. Great Monday, guys. Great Monday to be in crypto. Great Monday. Good way to kick off the week with my face plus the good crypto market. What a great day. What a great time to kick off the week. So we'll be back at you guys on Wednesday. We're doing this thing again Wednesday morning. Let's hope that we're still in the green. Let's hope we're still rising up and rising above, and that the news is good, continues to be good, throughout the week. And I'll be back at you guys on Monday, man. You guys Wednesday. You guys have a great day, and we'll make some money. All right, bye.